because there's a lot of people who, I ain't gonna lie, I see them as how they are as rappers, and the type of person they are and how they act. And it's like, cause I'm not a thug. I'm not a thug. I'm not. I'm a different. I'm a thug. I always call myself a nerd thug, only because I was in the streets, but I also still stuck and clung to the nerdy side of things. So I wasn't. I'm sorry, and all for all my true thugs out there, all my real gangsters out there. I do apologize if you feel like I was perpetrating, but I wasn't all the way in it. Like, I'm gonna kill you for everything you got, and I'm willing to go to jail and do my time and sit in there. I'm one no snitch, but if I did something, I didn't want to get in. I was gonna. I didn't want to get in trouble, so I wasn't out there just doing stuff. I had a job. If I hustled, yeah, I still had a job. I worked 9 to 5. I wanted to get an education because of how I was and the music that I make. If I was to talk about something I did in the past, I will make sure it's something that wouldn't incriminate me. Oh, that's what it was. Because I know how I lived in the streets. I know how I got down, what I did. And I'm a nerd. Like how some people look at me, they're like, man, he collect Pokemon cards. He like to rap. I mean, he rap like, but he act. He play Pokemon cards, man. He play video games. He play basketball. Like this dude is a nerd. He's smart, math and everything. Like, we don't see him in the streets dealing. We don't see him in the streets fighting. We don't see him in the streets with crowds of women and people doing things. And no, we don't see that. We don't see him doing those type of things. So it's like when I hear other rappers, and I have to say their names, not to be, but like Blueface. Like I have more respect for him now than I did when he first came out because I ain't like his style. Like it wasn't him as a person; it was his style of rap. But him as a person, I respect it. So I went back and started listening to his music and realized he was just doing things differently, but he was also speaking and being himself. Even though his music or what he talked about wasn't positive, he ain't a positive person though. So it's not like you can't expect that to come out of somebody who's not it. But then you got somebody like Nas who came from the streets, who was selling drugs, who made songs about doing that, but also made songs about us knowing who we are, reading books, knowing that we come from kings and queens. And he did. He got one mic, I Know I Am, Hip Hop is Dead. He got a couple of songs where what he's talking about is positive and it's just the meaning of it is negative, like the NIGGA word. Like he got a song and that song, you gotta think about what he's saying in it. There's a lot of artists out there who will give you that, and then there's some artists out there who's not gonna give you that. Like I'm
Right.
an artist who's completely